is drive centimeters from 100 boost for some reason. Couldn't tell you why. Nice flip reset. And oh my goodness, Beeyu. You're doing him dirty, man. All right, we got another good one. 2 Season 1 Supersonic Legend Tournament winners. Can you believe it? Is there a more prestigious title in the game? I don't think so. We've got Plum versus Beeyu. Plum right now ranked 66, I think it was, coming into this game. And Beeyu ranked not in the top 100. He actually just came off a match from Element. We won't say how it went from Element because maybe you're on YouTube watching these out of order. But he played well against Element. We will spoil that. At the very least, he played well. So he's got a good chance here against Plum. But Beeyu has a very similar style to Element, and it won't surprise me if we see him maybe kind of over committing for some nasty clips and maybe getting punished for it. So far, he's just going to kind of let a couple of quick kickoff goals in. So really hard to get a read on how he's going to be playing against Plum in the series. He set this one rolling high off the wall. He was very high flying and nice shot. He's also a very good finisher. He's just a great shooter around the net. He just puts banger after banger in. And this is not an easy shot to make. I mean, getting up for that one is certainly a risk using both your both flips and all the boosts you have. You need to put on a perfect shot because if Plum saves that away and is able to, get a good dribble initiation off of it, he's in trouble. So he feels confident in taking that shot, and for good reason. He put on an absolute banger and got his first goal. And he'll get a second, and why not make it a nice 360? No reason not to. How do the ranks work in 2-mans? The rank work in 2-mans such that based on your in-game rank in Rocket League, you will be assigned either rank A, B, or C, and then you can promote between the ranks via playing games in 2-mans. That's how it works. The details of what rank applies to every letter, you can look that up in the Discord, so just join in, check it out. Look at the walkthrough. Both of these guys, of course, that we're watching today, rank A. I say of course, maybe not necessarily. After they've played a few games, they might easily be able to be rank X. Right now, Gino, our only rank X player in 2-mans. But that's because we've made it really hard. And we might make it a little bit easier to make rank X. But you basically need to go 20-0 to get there right now, and Gino's the only one who's been able to do it. Beeyu, ceiling reset, nasty musty! Oh my goodness, Beeyu. He is worth a clip a game, it seems like. Just like our boy Element. That's why it was so exciting to watch them go up against each other, but my goodness, he has gotten every shot of the night so far tonight, and we have had a lot of good players on. So I think we're going to have a pleasure watching Beeyu, regardless of the outcomes of his games, as he seems like a very exciting player. A little bit of a strong touch off the wall, and he's going to need to rush back just to keep Plum from getting an easy one. Plum with a boost, high bouncing dribble. Barely even call it a dribble with how high bounced it, but definitely a mistake sending it that high into the corner. Beeyu having no trouble taking it back the other way. Low 50 for sure from Beeyu, and he loves his low 50s. He couldn't quite get him going against Element, but it's clear that he certainly favors him. And no reason why not to, especially with how little boost Beeyu has. Always a safe way to take a ground shot goal. And Beeyu up 4-2. Plum started off really quick with those kickoffs. You started to wonder if maybe he could be outmatched, but he quickly lets us know that at best it'll be close for Plum. But so far, Plum has scored all of 3 of his goals, within 10 seconds of the kickoff. And it looks like that's about to happen again if he scores here. So Plum is ahead of the game as far as the kickoff goes. And I think it's time for Beeyu to start mixing it up. Every non-kickoff situation has eventually led to a Beeyu goal, and every kickoff has led to a Plum goal. You learned that one from Ninja Frog. Oh, the delayed kickoff, I think? Or just the backflip at like midfield. You hear that, guys? You join 2-mans and you get better. Plum, of course, playing Ninja Frog in 2-mans. Ninja Frog has been playing lots of games in 2-mans in rank A. Beeyu not quite able to fully clear this. Almost able to take away the angle. Looks like he did, as Plum cannot get the ground pitch online. And Beeyu playing with almost no boost on defense, but he's had no trouble doing that when we've seen him play in the past. He is completely willing to use a little bit of extra boost on the attack and just deal with the fact that he's got nothing in defense, and he truly has made it work. What's going on, BTY, TTBH boys, Z3? Good to see you, bud. This game all tied up, 4-4, a minute and 40 left. Beeyu, a nice 50. This should be a 5th goal. Maybe not. Not able to get around it. The ball rolling just a little bit too back into the corner. High bouncing touch from Beeyu. Plum thinking that Beeyu is just going to leave him be, but Beeyu is staying completely on top of him. Oh my goodness, Beeyu snuck it behind him. That'll be a 5th goal. Beeyu just refused to get off the ball here. Plum was, time and time again, just trying to back up a little bit and essentially set up a dribble. Beeyu is pulling back, thinking he's going to have an opportunity to essentially get a free possession. He's almost sure that Beeyu is eventually going to give it to him, so that's why he's just kind of casually backing up. But it's not going to work. Beeyu finds a way to squeeze it behind him, and all of a sudden the window's open. And Beeyu takes the lead 5-4, and then a kickoff mix-up from Beeyu will be his 6th. He didn't know faking straight kickoffs was a legit strat. And then what did he just say? Yeah, I didn't know until he did it to me 5 times. That'll do it. Fool me 4 times. Shame on me. Fool me 5 times. Shame on Ninja Frog. Minute left. Beeyu taking the lead, but not necessarily for long. He's going to give lots and lots of space to Plum. And Plum will take a low 50. Why not? The chances of that not going in the net when he 50s it as late as he did. Just not going to happen. And another kickoff, and Plum continues to dominate the kickoffs. Beeyu has been able to find a couple, but they're definitely in favor of Plum. Without the kickoffs, this is just 1,000% Beeyu's game. So Beeyu needs to get the lead and then just play keep away and never score. A minute left. Plum with an open field. This is the best opportunity he's probably had, and this is like a legit strat. I don't know if you guys watched the Team Meteor 1v1 tournament last night, but essentially I'm starting to wonder if 1v1ers are doing this on purpose. The fake hook shot with the ball rolling to that bottom right corner worked for the guy Zapados or whatever. I'm not sure if his name is Zapados, but something like that. It worked for him so well that, like, you needed to start wondering whether or not he was missing on purpose. Now, this is the first time it's worked for Plum, but I think at the very least, if these guys are missing these hook shots on purpose, it's time to start thinking about maybe missing them on purpose if they aren't already. Beeyu taking the lead 6-4, I think, but a 4-goal swing in favor of the slumpin' Plumpin'. And with 23 seconds left, Plum has retaken the lead he's held for probably the majority of the game before Beeyu was able to close it for a moment. And that is the risk you take when you can't handle an opponent's kickoffs. It's potentially never ending. Because as soon as they score you on the kickoff, you're going right back at it. And sometimes it's going to lead to 4 direct goals in a row like it just did for Plum. And we might get a nasty, nasty clip from Beeyu. Did he get another flip? No, he must not have. Because if he used that second flip, or that third flip really, I think, then he might have been able to get there. No flip, exactly what Plum just asked. Beeyu versus Pikachu. That is a stretch wall, though. Plum's name is not exactly close to Pikachu. Here we go. Game number 2, Plum taking game number 1. A little bit of a back and forth, but the story of game number 1 certainly was the kickoff game. Plum just dominant in the kickoffs able to basically win a whole series off of it. Even though he wasn't scoring direct kickoff goals, his goals scored within the first 15 seconds of the kickoff might have been 8. It might have been all 8 of the goals that he had. That would not surprise me. Beeyu's going to take an early lead. Oh, no, Beeyu! That's got to hurt, man. Especially coming off a Game 1 loss. Just trying to get a little extra fancy with his open net, and he saves the ball away when what was going to be basically impossible to not score. Plum, a flick, delayed flick. Not the power he needs to get it past the defender like Beeyu. So Beeyu will gladly take the lead early. And here we go, back at the kickoffs. Watch the timer. If Beeyu survives, 10 to 20 seconds after the kickoff, then by all means, he's basically guaranteed to score, since I'm a man of science, and that is what I've seen so far. Beeyu back into his own net. Wasn't worried for a second that he'd get that save. Actually, should have been able to grab that back corner boost, but maybe felt like Plum was going to come demo him or take it away from him, so he pulled off of it, kind of surprisingly. And a nice score for Beeyu, but as you guys all know, we had already seen the timer tick 10 seconds from the kickoff, so it was really just a matter of how Beeyu was going to score, not whether or not he was going to score. So 326. If Plum hasn't scored by 306, then chalk it up for Beeyu. Beeyu, high bounce off the wall. Nice air dribble, but he's going to save it away himself. Plum, open field dribble. Beeyu, another fake. He's going to try and take the demo away, but a good dodge. And a half flip from Beeyu will keep himself alive, but this is not a great play from him at midfield. Handing over possession and not even able to steal that back corner boost. But he has been playing well on the saves. Oh my goodness, it's like Beeyu seems like he's dodging some of these 100 boosts. But you know what? To each his own, he finds a way to not get scored on, so you miss all the 100 boosts you want if you're going to end up saving the ball and taking it down the other way for a goal. Oh, just playing through the pain too, the bump from Plum. All right, 2:33, you heard it here first. If Plum hasn't scored by 2:13, we will be seeing another Beeyu goal. Uh-oh. Here we go. He's got to score by 13, right, is what we said. Plum quick off the kickoff. Gets one. All right. 2:03. Beeyu needs to stay alive till 2:03. And he's not going to. Plum quickly off the kickoff. I mean, I'm basically memeing, but at this point, I'm right. So until I get proven wrong, Plum is going to be scoring quick off the kickoff, and if he doesn't, it will be a Beeyu goal. And oh my goodness, Beeyu's like almost hooking me up by missing there to make me look even more right. Although necessarily Beeyu can score quick, and that doesn't prove me wrong. There we go. That was a Plum score, but I think he got actually before 2:03. We said 2:03 was the cutoff, right? 20 seconds is a little bit long, though. I'm not sure we can call 20 seconds a kickoff goal. The point is, Plum is nasty on the kickoffs, and he is going to try and touch this one in, but a big fake, and he should be able to kind of doomsday dish it off the back wall. Nice play. And a fourth for Plum. Beeyu with his 3-goal lead. All he needed to do was just never score again, and he would have been just fine. But no, he had to get a fourth, or sorry, he had to get his 2-0 lead. He had to get a third. And now Plum has just chained a bunch of kickoffs in a row. Nice bump, and another kickoff goal for Plum, as he is up 2 with 1:48 left to go. The man is scoring them all in a variety of ways. You got to give him credit for that. It's not that he's just slamming in direct kickoff goals. He is doing it in every way imaginable. And the fake kickoff for Beeyu, and it's not going to work exactly like he would have liked. I do like the idea of mixing it up, as it is so clear that Plum's kickoff game is the superior one right now. Oh, he just got his mind faked. He thought for sure that Plum was going to take that dribble up the side wall. And so he just full hard committed it, immediately double flipped at it. And he was just wrong. So he left himself out of position. Double touch for Beeyu. Ooh, connects on it. Plum actually missed. He should be able to get a fourth. Now, we never said anything about Beeyu scoring fast. He can score fast if he wants. We just know that Plum won't score if the time ticks too long. Beeyu winning the past couple kickoffs. Good to see. Definitely a good sign for him and the rest of the series. Great recovery from Plum. Not to leave open the net there. But I think the kickoff goal time has passed, so now we're basically guaranteed to get a Beeyu goal. Doesn't have the boost, though, to make this save. This ball up the side wall. Beeyu trying to find a way to play defense on the back wall, and this should be a goal for Plum, and he's broken the curse. The curse of the kickoff is officially broken. Plum scores more than 20 seconds after the kickoff. A nice play on the back wall as he bumps Beeyu out of the way. So a 3-goal lead, and now that the curse is broken, you gotta expect a Plum victory. But lots of time left for Beeyu. What's going on, Utah? Good to see you. Oh, baby is exactly right. Nice demo. Plum has got all the space in the world. Are we going to see a pinch here? We will. I have yet to see anybody really get that consistently, which kind of proves how awesome it is that Quixer seems to be able to do it almost whenever he wants. Beeyu just sent this one's high, and I think he just thought he had it. Today's just not his day. Yeah, he thought he was going to be able to catch that and dribble it. He says it's not his day, but I mean, he was playing really, really well against Element. He says he knows you would normally spank me. Beeyu not exactly feeling it. I don't know how many show matches that Beeyu's played, but sometimes if you've never played a show match before, it's tough. I mean, regardless of the number of viewers, at least this is what I've heard from the players. Of course, I've never played a show match myself. But there's just something different about it. You just got to get used to it, I think, and you play a little bit nervous. Full fielder dribble not going to work. Although it's hard to say that that was the case because Beeyu literally came out insane, came out firing on every cylinder that exists in the world at the beginning of that first game. That's a really nice bump. I didn't even really notice that he just slammed Plum out of the net, coming off a squishy save. So 15 seconds left. And one thing Beeyu has done well is never let it be a blowout, even when he loses. He keeps the score close. So game number 2 will go in favor of Plum, but it's not over. Beeyu seemingly kind of counting himself out, but no reason to do that. That was the nastiest flick I've seen from him all series, but it comes when shooting it at his own net. And that'll be it. Game number 2 in favor of Plum. I shouldn't say that'll be it because we do have 1 to 3 more games. But Plum putting himself on match point. Show matches have always made you play better. Yeah, you've been you're a special case, Gino. Gino always clutches up, to be fair, in show matches. Nice flick from Plum. There we go. That was the first time we saw that flick was just Plum messing around, shooting it back at his own half. I do think that Plum is basically required by law to play in this purple car in a show match. The fact that he played on the orange team for a game is actually criminal. But he's back in his Plum car. We bumping up in here? Yeah, we got a humongous Ranny host. That man is literally just trying to throw the stream on his back. It's insane. And I greatly appreciate it. Beeyu starting this game number 3. Down 1-0. Not what you want to see from somebody trying to find a way back into a series. Plum, I'm actually really surprised he tried to pull back on that air dribble to the ball and not just look for the defender. It's such a surefire way to kind of correct your mistake that I see these guys do all the time. If you fly past the ball, and just make it look like you were going for the air dribble bump the whole way. Give up on the ball and go demo the player. Plum. Oh my goodness. Beeyu cannot catch a break. A nice double jump pop. It is too high though. But Beeyu says, hey man, you missed. Let me help you out here. I can put that in for you. Do you only do show matches for rank A? As it stands right now, yeah. In fact, we kind of only do show matches for the top half of rank A. Rank A is actually pretty wide, and we basically do show matches with the guys you see in the Discord that have the top ones role. And the top ones role is received by being top 100. Nice play from Beeyu. Beeyu is definitely going to come out with the clip advantage, even if he doesn't come out with the game advantage. Ooh, nasty. Flip reset into 50. Yo, James, what's going on, man? Hog champ, man. Good to see him. Beeyu, nice save. Should be able to get a counterattack. Oh no. The man cannot buy a break. But he will eventually score. Nice bumping play with Plum to push him out. You know how people get top 100? You can't even play ones, and it makes me tilt. It also makes me tilt, but I still think it's actually more fun than threes at least. Which is a bummer. Because, yeah, I can't stop tilting when I play it. Plum just using his kickoff boost for this attempt. Beeyu, I thought was able to grab 100, but I guess not. As he's sitting with absolutely nothing. Plum diving into the corner to take away everything that Beeyu could possibly get. Beeyu finding a way, though, to carry it all the way downfield. So he's going to buy himself some time. Plum forcing the issue, though, does not want to let Beeyu have a moment to grab boost. And goodness, Plum has just been quick to take these away. Beeyu has just been starving out for the past full minute of gameplay. Now both of them fairly low, but Plum with a nice low boost flick puts it right inside the post. The far post, that is, the right side. Ooh, that was nasty. That was nasty. Both these guys low boost, but you can give a acceleration to the ball if you're the one with possession. Definitely rather be the one with the ball in a double no boost situation. Beeyu up into the air. Likely will need some kind of flip reset to score. Maybe not. As he ends up squeezing it inside the top shelf. Plum trying to defend off the top of his net. And just connects with Beeyu, but not the ball. What a play from Beeyu. Beeyu is a clip master. That's why I compare him to the likes of Element. Element getting us clips every single time he plays. Beeyu doing some of the same. Nice 50. And Beeyu taking the lead. It kind of feels like we're almost just waiting for a Plum victory, but I mean, Beeyu is in every one of these games. He is not far behind, and by all means, we could see a reverse sweep. As I say that while Beeyu gets up exactly one goal, and I jinx him, but a good kickoff. I mean, if Beeyu starts taking over the kickoffs, it is over. I expect almost a blowout in favor of Beeyu if he can keep up the kickoff dominance. Yo, what's going on, Marsh? Good to see you, bud. We've had a couple different games that we've looked back on and basically decided that the difference was kickoffs, and yet I'm still not sure if there's been one that's been more relevant than this series. It seems like Plum took game number 1 and 2 based purely on a superior kickoff. And one of Beeyu's favorite things to do is drive centimeters from 100 boost for some reason. Couldn't tell you why. Nice flip reset. And oh my goodness, Beeyu. You're doing him dirty, man. You cannot do our boy Plum dirty like this. Ooh, this is a nasty shot. Plum was basically just going to hope that Beeyu had not gotten the flip. Not a terrible way to play it. You kind of just have to pick one or the other. Because if you go for the flip reset and either Beeyu didn't get it or doesn't use it, then you go flying like an idiot past the ball. And, you know, if you hope that he's not going to get it and you play low, he might get it and make you look dumb. So either way, you've got to pick one or the other against a player like Beeyu, who's kind of just so lethal with his flip resets. This was a really good once play, though, from Plum. I think basically Beeyu probably had to challenge that earlier. He was afraid to challenge on that side wall. But the low rolling dribble converted the bounce dribble, and then just Plum pulling the trigger at the perfect time. That was quintessential ones there. Oh, nice challenge. All of a sudden, Plum might be able to tie this one back up, but no, Beeyu just too fast. Plum not enough boost. Great 50 deep in his own corner. That'll be a 7th. Beeyu trying to maintain this cushion, but every time he does, he puts himself back at a kickoff where Plum has had the clear advantage. Beeyu ground dribble. Could not get it going like he wanted. But managed to prevent the Plum easy counterattack. And has another dribble now. Plum has all the boost in the world. But Beeyu with the early flick and went all in on grabbing the demo. I actually think the only reason Plum didn't score here is because he tried to go for, he did like a wall pinch or some kind of quick play. I think if he had just focused on catching a dribble as soon as he could, he should have had an open net. But, you know, these guys are smarter than me. These guys are nuts. Thanks for the show match. Yeah, they are crazy. Beeyu, full field dribble. Gonna take it for a 50. He's done well with these in the past. He seems to like that more than the flip reset, which I don't blame him. It seems like maybe more controllable in terms of making sure it doesn't head straight back into his own net. When you go for those flip resets and you don't connect, it can be really tough for you. But he feels like he can win the 50 if he just keeps it in air dribble the whole way. And he is the winner of this game number 3. It is not over for him, as he could take it all the way back. Beeyu versus the slumpin' Plumpin', aka Plum. Plum off to an early series lead, up 2-1. Beeyu finally found himself in that last game number 3, able to get a slight victory. Plum's going to score within the first 10 seconds, and I feel like we've seen that before. Delay kickoff from Plum. Didn't necessarily work out for him. He actually is going to be able to get a possession out of it, though. Back from his own corner. Beeyu has been very slow to challenge on his shadow defenses against Plum. And I think it has turned into some poor situations for him. And I'm not sure if he's been mixing it up or not. Maybe I just haven't been noticing when he dives early. But he definitely seems to want to favor the slow play. And I think right now Plum is, on average, getting the better of him in those situations. Ooh, nice save from Plum. Plum almost set up a nice shot for Beeyu. Beeyu missing the wave dash, so he's forced even deeper into his half because he's got to flip to recover and maintain his speed. But a nice save. Plum going to try and get a double off the wall. Beeyu forced up into the air. Wasn't able to connect, but luckily for him, Plum was bluffing, was not going to be able to get to that ball. Beeyu not going to be able to find a Doomsday. No way, no how. As Plum saves it away. This shot offline. Beeyu not able to get boost, so he will die. And Plum should have a second. Ooh, great placement. Didn't even need to be nearly that good. Chill out, Plum. Goodness. Had an open net, but he says, I won't settle for anything except for a 120-kilometer-hour boomer just inside the post. It's the only thing I'll take. So Plum not finding all of his goals anymore directly off the kickoff. Pretty much starting in that game number 3, which may or may not have been the reason why Beeyu was able to find a win, as he is forcing Plum to score in other ways than just directly off the kickoff. Beeyu just barely losing Supersonic as he tried to cut in to demo Plum. Ooh, great touch for Plum. Nice patience from Beeyu, and we might have a Daniel dribble here. Flip reset. Can't use it. Fell to the ground. The ball kind of forced him down there. He got the flip reset directly under it. Not really sure if it's fair to call it the Daniel dribble, but I don't know what else to call it, because it is a specific kind of dribble you see from these guys a lot. Who won the last series? The last series was Beeyu versus Element. Element won that last one. Sorry, we spoiled it. I think I was trying not to, but too late. If you've watched this long, you've now had it spoiled on YouTube. Beeyu. Nasty with the flip resets. The musty is too high, and it will give a free goal for Plum. By all means, Plum should have a fourth. I feel like I was going to say something, but I forget what it was. Maybe we'll remember later. Fake kickoff for Beeyu. Not a bad play. Oh, it was the Daniel dribble, because it was about to happen again. I want there to be a name for when somebody collects like the back corner boost and then immediately starts an air dribble just inside their back corner boost and goes the whole field. Because it just seems like Daniel was the first ever person I saw doing it, and now lots of people are doing it. And they're able to make it effective. It was a very non-ones type play in the past. Nice shot from Beeyu. Just very active back in his own half. Seemed like Plum was getting a little bit antsy, as Beeyu had done a really good job of keeping possession for the last minute or so. And Plum, despite not having a lot of boost, dives in super deep, and a delayed kickoff. Plum doesn't want to risk it. He wants his lead back, as he will mix up the kickoff here for an easy one. Plum trying to mind game with these kickoffs. Figured he had waited long enough since the last time he had delayed it. But Beeyu is going to erase the kickoff goal immediately. Just flipping on top of the ball and just landing in a better spot. It's usually not the way to go. You don't want to be floating on top of the ball with your 50. But Beeyu finds a way to make lots of crazy stuff work. Ooh, not going to be able to dodge the demo from Plum. Plum, a nice bounce dribble. No reason necessarily to rush it. No, Beeyu. Bummer. Beeyu, of course, would have had an easy save on the ground. But, you know, the weird thing about me is it seemed like he decided to go for that save after Plum had already pulled the trigger on the shot. Because I do think that Beeyu going up the wall for a squishy save is not a bad idea on that bounce dribble, because that bounce dribble is so frequently chipped high. And he was expecting like a high power shot that is maybe even easier to save coming off the ceiling. But he seemed to pull the trigger after Plum had already shot it low. GG's from these guys. Good playing. I want to throw a GG's love in. I don't want it to be just these guys. But that'll be it. Oh my goodness, I tabbed out and I'm flying around. It'll be Plum in 3. But good games from Beeyu in his double debut night. GG. Beeyu versus the Slumpin' Plumpin', a.k.a. Plum. Plum off to an early series lead, up 2-1. Beeyu finally found himself in that last game, number 3, able to get a slight victory. Plum's going to score within the first 10 seconds, and I feel like we've seen that before. Delay kickoff from Plum. Didn't necessarily work out for him. He actually is going to be able to get a possession out of it, though. Back from his own corner. Beeyu has been very slow to challenge on his shadow defenses against Plum. And I think it has turned into some poor situations for him. And I'm not sure if he's been mixing it up or not. Maybe I just haven't been noticing when he dives early. But he definitely seems to want to favor the slow play. And I think right now Plum is, on average, getting the better of him in those situations. Ooh, nice save from Plum. Plum almost set up a nice shot for Beeyu. Beeyu missing the wave dash, so he's forced even deeper into his half because he's got to flip to recover and maintain his speed. But a nice save. Plum gonna try and get a double off the wall. Beeyu forced up into the air, wasn't able to connect, but luckily for him, Plum was bluffing, was not gonna be able to get to that ball. Beeyu not gonna be able to find a Doomsday. No way, no how. As Plum saves it away. This shot offline. Beeyu not able to get boost, so he will die. And Plum should have a second. Ooh, great placement. Didn't even need to be nearly that good. Chill out, Plum. Goodness. Had an open net, but he says, I won't settle for anything except for a 120-kilometer-hour boomer just inside the post. It's the only thing I'll take. So Plum not finding all of his goals anymore directly off the kickoff. Pretty much starting in that game number 3, which may or may not have been the reason why Beeyu was able to find a win, as he is forcing Plum to score in other ways than just directly off the kickoff. Ooh, Beeyu just barely losing Supersonic as he tried to cut in to demo Plum. Ooh, great touch for Plum. Nice patience from Beeyu, and we might have a Daniel dribble here. Flip reset. Can't use it. Fell to the ground. The ball kind of forced him down there. He got the flip reset directly under it. Not really sure if it's fair to call it the Daniel dribble, but I don't know what else to call it, because it is a specific kind of dribble you see from these guys a lot. Who won the last series? The last series was Beeyu versus Element. Element won that last one. Sorry, we spoiled it. I think I was trying not to, but too late. If you've watched this long, you've now had it spoiled on YouTube. Beeyu. Nasty with the flip resets. The musty is too high, and it will give a free goal for Plum. By all means, Plum should have a fourth. I feel like I was going to say something, but I forget what it was. Maybe we'll remember later. Fake kickoff for Beeyu, not a bad play. Oh, it was the Daniel dribble, because it was about to happen again. I want there to be a name for when somebody collects like the back corner boost and then immediately starts an air dribble just inside their back corner boost and goes the whole field. Because it just seems like Daniel was the first ever person I saw doing it, and now lots of people are doing it. And they're able to make it effective. It was a very non-ones type play in the past. Nice shot from Beeyu. Just very active back in his own half. Seemed like Plum was getting a little bit antsy, as Beeyu had done a really good job of keeping possession for the last minute or so. And Plum, despite not having a lot of boost, dives in super deep, and a delayed kickoff. Plum doesn't want to risk it. He wants his lead back, as he will mix up the kickoff here for an easy one. Plum trying a mind game with these kickoffs. Figured he had waited long enough since the last time he had delayed it. But Beeyu is going to erase the kickoff goal immediately. Just flipping on top of the ball and just landing in a better spot. It's usually not the way to go. You don't want to be floating on top of the ball with your 50. But Beeyu finds a way to make lots of crazy stuff work. Ooh, not going to be able to dodge the demo from Plum. Plum, a nice bounce dribble. No reason necessarily to rush it. No, Beeyu. Bummer. Beeyu, of course, would have had an easy save on the ground. But, you know, the weird thing about me is it seemed like he decided to go for that save after Plum had already pulled the trigger on the shot. Because I do think that Beeyu going up the wall for a squishy save is not a bad idea on that bounce dribble, because that bounce dribble is so frequently chipped high, and he was expecting like a high power shot that is maybe even easier to save coming off the ceiling, but he seemed to pull the trigger after Plum had already shot it low. GG's from these guys. Good playing.